point with regard to the Iraq War is one of the provisions of just war theory is proportional response. And given that, that Iraq had not attacked the United States, it defied that part of just war theory, that you can't, a proportional response of no initial attack is no attack. So anyway, and in that area of proportional response, there could be argued the fact that, well, there was this evidence that suggested there was a program of weapons of mass destruction that could be used against us. But the simple fact of the matter is there wasn't that intelligence. As I sat through numerous hearings and briefings, many of them classified, I ultimately concluded on 4 questions that I asked in the last about half dozen such briefings that I took part in. 4 questions. First of all, where are the weapons of mass destruction? Secondly, who's telling us that they're there? Third, what are our resources, what are our assets telling us? And finally, what is the connection between Al-Qaeda and the regime of Saddam Hussein? And recall, the issue that everyone was talking about and concerned about were WMD, but more specifically, a nuclear weapons program. It was Condoleezza Rice who went on CNN with Wolf Blitzer and made that famous statement that she did not want the smoking gun to be a mushroom cloud over some major metropolitan area. So the issue at its core was a nuclear weapons threat. Well, back to the questions. Where are the weapons of mass destruction? To a person. We don't know. Secondly, who's telling us they're there? Dissidents from Iraq are telling us that they're there. Third, what are our assets telling us? What are satellite reconnaissance, aerial surveillance? If you recall, at the time we had Operation Northern Watch, Operation Southern Watch, and we were flying sorties, hundreds of sorties over Iraq every single day. So we had almost carte blanche access to aerial surveillance, human intelligence, signals intelligence, seismic activity. What are our resources telling us? Nothing. And then finally, what are the connections between Saddam Hussein's regime and Al-Qaeda? None. All right, once again, the 4 questions. Where are they? We don't know. Who's telling us? Individuals, dissidents from Iraq who have a vested interest in telling us anything that we need to hear in order to remove Saddam Hussein power. What are our resources telling us? What are the actual number is classified, but we spend a lot of money every year on these resources. What are those resources telling us? Nothing. And finally, what are the connections between Saddam Hussein and the Al-Qaeda terrorist network? None. That was the justification that was being given to Congress, a program of weapons of mass destruction in the hands of Saddam Hussein. I could not support that resolution to send men and women into harm's way when the evidence for such a program was, as I said on the floor of the House 2 days before the vote, tenuous at best. In April of 2005, the Iraq Survey Group came back with their conclusions when they said that not only was there not a program of weapons of mass destruction in Iraq when we invaded in March of 2003, there had not been such a program in the country for years prior to